When I first started lecturing, my focus, quite naturally I suppose, was on content rather than process. And it took me some time to realise that effective process feeds content. Nowadays, I try and treat each lecture as though it's a large workshop.
What do you reckon? Yeah, why's that?
I also teach in a senior level seminar-based unit, a small unit, and what I try and do is apply as many of the techniques and activities that I use in that unit to my first year lectures. I'm also far more relaxed and open or flexible about what actually happens in the lecture. And in particular, I love seeing where the students take things, especially where you've asked them to reflect on something.
What does it kind of remind you of? What does it remind you of? Sorry? Mean Girls. Mean Girls. You're awesome, have I told you that? Yeah.
I think I'm more in tune with the audience. So I'm constantly checking that they're getting to grips, the students are getting to grips with key concepts and principles.
Now, I'm going to show you the ad in a moment, the TV commercial, and I'm going to hear what you have to say about it. But in the ad itself,
so I chose the PepsiCo clip, firstly to contextualise the PepsiCo decision and the principles from that decision, but also to give the students an example, a topical, interesting example that they can relate to on a very personal level.
Pepsi ran a promotional campaign encouraging consumers to collect Pepsi points. They also show a teenager arriving at school in an actual Harrier jet. Now the Harrier jet was worth $23 million. Right at the end, across the screen, you see 7 million Pepsi points. Now, enter Mr. Leonard. He wrote to Pepsi with the backing of his lawyers and he said, here's a cheque for $700,000 and I accept. And he argued that they'd made him an offer and that was his acceptance. Now they rejected that and so did the court. The court held that no, this was all done in jest, the TV commercial was just puffery and therefore there was no offer, there was no concluded agreement because there was nothing for you to actually accept. All right guys, I want you to look to your left, look to your right, grab someone around you, behind you, in front of you, whatever it may be, and let's make lots of noise guys and I want you to discuss this and I'll come back to you. So let's go for it.
We all learn in very different personalised ways, and I think that something as simple as incorporating a YouTube clip can really give that personalised learning experience. But also I think it can help bring home issues that are difficult for less experienced learners to conceptualise. Make sure that you're choosing an activity that lines up with what you're trying to achieve, but also that it aligns with any other activities that you might be using in the same session. I'd say to have some backup options in case things don't go, the activity doesn't work out the way you're expecting it to.
Don't be afraid guys, honestly. Okay, that's the vast majority, wow.
If you are willing to take a risk and things happen to go pear-shaped, if you're then able to go to stay cool with it and recover with an option B, the students will actually take to option B. So what advice would I give lecturers who are choosing an activity for the first time? I'd tell them to go for it.